Howdy friends, Access Chapter 3 is all about using queries to make decisions. And this is where the strength of Access lies, is using these queries. Now, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look at some expressions. So we have several expressions here, and if I go into build, it is so much easier to build an expression in here. The things that you need to know is that if I double click here, on functions and built-in functions. So you're going to use a payment function and in this unit, and that is a financial function. So you'll find it here, it's exactly the same function that you've used in Excel. You're just including it in an expression here in Access. So the other thing that you need to know is that when I hit the expand button in front of my file, I get tables, which I can expand, and I get queries, and I get forms and reports. And there are no forms and reports in this particular one, so it says loaded forms and all forms, and there are none. So I can click on a query, and I can click on a table. And when I click on the table, all I have to do is double click and put that in there. Now, when you're doing any of these where it says cost here, I can double click and go city. That isn't going to work. Obviously, city isn't going to work in a cost because a cost field is going to be a numerical field and city field is going to be a text field. But all you have to do is click on the field, double click. Now I'm going to hit cancel here because I don't really want to mess up my nice little query that I've got built. But I want you to understand how easy it is to put those in there if you understand how the expression builder works. And again, I got to it by hitting build, and you have to know that you can expand these for functions. So anywhere there's a plus, it can be expanded and you can grab what you need. Now, the other thing that you're going to need to know, let me click totals, and total row goes away. So it's going to tell you to do something in the total row, and you're going to look at it like this, and there is not a total row there. So total row, now the total row, it comes up automatically as group by, and then it has a lot of built-in functions that you can use. You can use an expression and you can use where. Now, when you submit your files for grading, it's going to give you feedback just like it always has, and it'll tell you exactly what it should have been, which is lovely. You know, you can go and you can see what your error is, and sometimes when you're stumped, the best thing to do is to go on through it, submit it to the grading engine, and let the grading engine tell you what's wrong. So when I am in any of these fields, I have my property sheet, and my property sheet has format, it has caption, it has input mask, and we haven't really looked at input masks yet, and it's something that you don't have to worry about until Chapter 4. So really that's a pretty good rundown of where you're going to go with this. You're going to be adding fields in, and then you're going to be getting extended amounts or sample payments. It's going to calculate discounts and payments, and that's about all that's different from Chapter 3, is that we are building more and more complex expressions. So be sure and let me know if you're having trouble, and remember that one of your great strategies is to go ahead and complete as much of the exercise that you can and then get the feedback from the grading engine, because it gives you very precise feedback. So good luck, do a good job, and I will be with you on Chapter 4.